More accountability, ladies and gentlemen. This comes on the heels of Eric Swalwell just having resigned also. So from the New York Post, Representative Sheila Cherfilus McCormick resigns from Congress just minutes before House Ethics Committee was to sanction the Florida Democrat. There you have it. So Rep. Sheila Cherfilus McCormick resigned from Congress on Tuesday, 30 minutes before she was scheduled to appear before an ethics panel over her alleged theft of $5 million in taxpayer money to fund her political ambitions. A House Ethics Investigation Subcommittee found last month that she violated more than 24 laws, rules, or regulations governing lawmakers and was weighing whether to recommend a censure or potential expulsion. After careful reflection and prayer, I have concluded that this is the best interest of my constituents and the institution that I step aside at this time, the Florida Democrat informed House Speaker Mike Johnson from Louisiana. I remain committed to supporting a smooth transition and ensuring continuity of service for the district. I bet she will. I bet she is. With her departure, Republicans hold a narrow 217-213 majority over Democrats in the lower chamber. The letter was expected to be read on the House floor later Tuesday afternoon. So as of this recording, it is 4:30 in the afternoon. So it would have already been read. So there you have it. Accountability. Ladies and gentlemen, this was an issue that going back all the way back to FEMA. As you can see here, Sheila Cherfilus McCormick just resigned from Congress after stealing $5 million in FEMA funds. So she got the money from FEMA. And here's the thing. Now, this audio is absolutely terrible, and it's mono. So I'm just going to outline that she's just basically explaining here, which is extraordinary, but very typical of Democrats, suggesting that this investigation into her was a distraction from the Epstein files. Right, from the Epstein files. It's absurd. Also, my very favorite rep, Anna Paulina Luna, of course, she's going to talk about this right here in this clip.
All right, you see all of these? These are all the things that Sheila McCormick was found guilty on, specifically pertaining to her stealing of the $5 million of FEMA funds. And yes, tomorrow, because she refuses to resign after being found guilty on all of these charges, we are going to have to expel her. And yes, the votes are there. She's going bye-bye. In fact, the fact is if she gets a pension, that should go too. But we have to, and we are currently working on amending the House rules to get that done. But this stuff right here, this should not take 3 years to get done. House ethics needs a complete overhaul in how they conduct themselves in regards to the timelines that they're given, because we don't want corrupt members of Congress getting taxpayer dollars. We don't want them serving. We don't want to work with those people. And so tomorrow, Sheila, you're going bye-bye. As soon as the recommendation comes in from House Ethics, your colleagues, everyone, we're voting to expel you. So don't steal money.
There you have it. And I would argue that the slowness of it all is that we've never had leadership willing to pursue this and get things done. Results orientation. This is what this channel is about here. Results and what we can measure. And we see that from Donald Trump because he gets things done. He's so effective at what he's doing that the Democrats are in complete panic because they get away with what they've gotten away with, right? We just saw that Eric Swalwell was getting away with what he was doing with women for over 15 years, right? The Democrats had this in their back pocket for 15 years. They had this about the rep here, McCormick, for 3 years. And now we have the Raging Cajun James Carville coming out saying, look at all the things that are going to happen if Democrats get back in power, especially the House. So I'm telling Republicans need to be out there hitting the bricks, knocking on doors, because if they take back the House, I mean, impeachment is going to be an appetizer. So here's what they're going to want to do. They're going to grant statehood to Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico so they can gain seats in the Senate. They're going to pack the Supreme Court to 13, which we've heard about many times. They're going to reopen the border and grant mass amnesty. And, of course, don't run on it. Don't talk about it. Just do it. Now, of course, it could be a bit hyperbolic, but believe me, the Democrats are not happy with what is happening right now. They are not happy whatsoever with the fact that Donald Trump is there. Not only that, but the accountability as the Trump administration is going after representatives. And one could also argue that they went after Swalwell, at least the establishment uniparty went after Swalwell, because, of course, this would have come up right here before the midterms. This is why you're seeing all this happening now, because we're approaching the midterms, And the Democrats want to flush out as much of this as possible. We're even seeing the same thing with Gavin Newsom, where some of the dirty laundry of Gavin Newsom is being flushed out now as well to get ahead of it all. Because the Democrats always want to be ahead of everything. As soon as Donald Trump gains momentum, they have to get in front of it. They have to get ahead of it, as you guys already know. Here's the distribution across ground news here, as you can see. And it's continuing to grow because it is breaking news. But this is rather extraordinary that she would have gone 3 years without any accountability. But, of course, now that we have the Trump administration in there, it's totally different. So I welcome your guys' thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. And, of course, I want to thank all you guys across NewTech. That's BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey. And, of course, below this video, you can find the various social media links that I belong to, as well as my affiliate links. That's going to be for Amazon. So if you order frequently from Amazon or a Prime member, helps out the channel. And, of course, speaking of privacy while you're online, my VPN, my favorite, TrustZone is down there. No fuss, no bloat. Get straight to what you want to do. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your continued support. Appearing there on the screen, that's going to be the channel icon for everyone watching on YouTube, of course. You guys can click on that to subscribe, as well as to select notifications. And I'll see all you guys in the next video.